did not work. So welcome to the shop. Last time I had begun work on this miter plane that's going to have a movable front jaw. So I got the sides to shape, still just a touch of cleanup work on those. And I also completed work on the bridge and on the knob. So now I think I'm going to work on getting this back sole plate made. I'm going to get that to size and then start drilling it out for pins and set screws. I just want to give you a quick update on what I've been doing. So I have the bed here, it's milled in. The only problem is this corner here is just a little bit high, and if you look down it carefully, there's this slight bit of taper in it, like that. So obviously I didn't have the setup on the mill perfect, and it's not much. It's probably not going to affect anything, but I'm going to try to get this as perfect as I can. And so that's what this whole block here is for. All of this is square. This is to the correct bed angle, and what I can do is I can clamp this into my vise and take a file and run a file up just like this. The file will register off here, transfer that to this bed, and everything should come out square that way. So I'm just going to go ahead and blacken that all the way up just so I can see what I am doing. That's the next step.
This is a good spot to catch you all up on what has been going on up until this point. So I went ahead and I drilled all of the holes for my pins. Those are going to get driven into those holes and then peened over, and that's what's going to lock the sides and the sole together. These screws here are just temporary. I'm going to change those out, and then I'll end up peening over what I put in there as a replacement. This is really just to help me hold this all together and allow me to do test assemblies. I found that when you try to do test assemblies with the pins, these get really difficult to get back out, and I've actually destroyed 2 so far, just making sure that these were to the correct depth. I'm going to take a second here to pause and explain a little more in depth about what I've been doing. So I went ahead and I applied cold blue to all the hardware. And what that does on something like this steel part here, it just turns it black, which that's what I was looking for on the steel parts. But on the brass, it gives it more of this brown color. And since it doesn't hold on very well, you can rub that color off pretty easily with a white pad and kind of get more of an aged look to it. And so that's really what I was going for. I don't want this to look super new. I like that worn in look, so that's what I am going to try doing on this. So for this knob here, I actually went through after I applied all of the cold blue. I went back, I repolished that face because it had discolored it a little bit, and I've gone ahead and applied about 3 coats of de-wax shellac there, just to give it a little bit of protection. I'll probably come through with a varnish later so it has a little bit more of a glossy appearance. But I'm liking this aged look for everything. The only one I haven't done yet is this piece. This is going to be part of the depth stop for the mouth. There's no sense of bluing this now because I have to install it into the front infill and then file off the screw heads there. I think that's how that's going to have to work, so I'm going to hold off on bluing that until later. So I think all of the hardware up to this point is done. So thank you for tuning in. I'm getting really excited about this. It's starting to look like a thing. So at any rate, a lot more to come, so stay tuned.